Yo, I was going to tell you, I was online the other day and I saw you went on, what's the name of that podcast?
It is called On That Note. Sean Stockman, one of the members of Boys to Men.
On That Note. And he has everyone sing?
He does.
Okay, sadly, you were singing.
If they say
Why?
It went viral. It was like,
I'm just
and
catching
he knew you couldn't sing. He just
did.
had you do like,
because he knows Michael Jackson is one of my favorite artists.
okay.
So he had me sing, but is obviously one of
You're the
Michael's...
only black woman I know in the world without rhythm. And it was clearly defined while you were singing. It was crazy.
Y'all. She done shot me up.
It was clearly defined. I have no rhythm either. Anyway, welcome to another episode of Flagrant and Funny. I'm Cari Champion.
And I'm Jemele Hill.
Why
We just got all the jokes on.
must you ever sing? Y'all listen. Why? Let's start the show.
Cari, you know I depend on you for all things when it comes to the tennis world. Because in your former life, you worked for the Tennis Channel. You have been to many of the majors. You understand the sport. You understand the players in it. So I have to ask you about what is going on with Coco Gauff. And I don't say that in the sense that something is wrong with her.
Yeah.
But as you notice, first of all, early ouster from the Australian Open. But then, you know, she has a moment, an emotional moment after getting ousted where she slams her tennis racket, which is not uncommon in that sport for sure. And she goes on later and apologizes for showing what would be very understandable emotion in the moment. And I just feel like, and I actually left this comment under her Instagram page, which was, stop apologizing to people who want to misunderstand you. And it just feels like she was apologizing for being a competitor. And I'm like, what's up with that?
It's interesting that you say that because I feel like, and I feel this way just about everyone, not just about women in general in certain spaces, forward-facing spaces. We're not allowed as women to just be athletes. We're not allowed to just be an athlete. Like an athlete, just a pure athlete, to have all of the emotions. And it reminds me, and people will give me shit for this, but it reminds me of Serena's letter, her $70,000 letter, when she told a line judge that she was going to stuff a tennis ball down their throat. Perhaps.
Ain't not her finest moment.
Perhaps not.
But I kind of chuckled a little bit.
Perhaps not.
Perhaps that's not what you would want to tell an official.
But I remember her after it was all said and done, and she got one of the largest fines in tennis. And I'm going to have to ask our producer, Buffy, to Google that, like to confirm that. But I think it was one of the largest fines in tennis. I think it was like $66,000 or 70. It was a random number. But she wrote a letter and she said it's really, in short, John McEnroe made a career out of this.
It became a brand for him.
It became a brand for him.
They did commercials.
But
totally
when you are a woman, and even a woman of color more specifically, you are so aware of how people will intentionally misunderstand you, which is why your comment was perfect to her. I do believe it, and my memory serves me correctly, I do believe it was one of the largest fines in tennis history. It started at a certain amount, but was reduced down to somewhere around $80,000. But she wrote a letter on Twitter that I will never forget, because her whole point was, there is a man who made an entire career off of this. In fact, he gets paid to do exactly this in commercials, on television shows, you name it. He gets paid to be loud and obnoxious and rude and yell and scream. And she thought it was so unfair. And I said, well, Serena, he didn't actually try to fight a line judge. I do understand where you're going. You probably were thinking the fine is too much. But here's my thing. Her point was very valid.
Was valid, yes.
Her point was, and this is what tennis is missing now. Many people who come after Serena have been cautioned not to be Serena. Like, be careful. It costs her money.
Even though
be careful.
Her and Venus carried, and she carried tennis.
But for years, Madison Avenue did not deal with her.
Yeah.
For years, it was Maria Sharapova who got all the ads, who had all the good looks. And it finally came and served itself. In fact, Serena will tell you she finally started to feel the love at the U.S. Open in the later years because people started to appreciate her greatness. But for so long, it was like, here they come. They got an attitude and all this other stuff. And I feel this way too, personally. It's like, I don't feel like I have the luxury to get mad or say what I feel without somebody being like, she's mean, or she's got an attitude, or she's a perfectionist. And it's always a slight against women, more specifically Black women. So I say all that to set up why I believe Coco apologized. I think for years, while she loved Venus and Serena and they inspired her in ways that we will never, ever probably really know, she's watching her P's and Q's because she's one of the highest paid female tennis players
She was
on
like
the
the
tour.
highest paid athlete in the world for a
At
couple
one
years
point,
straight. At one
and she
point,
doesn't, and she doesn't want to mess up what she's getting in terms of her money and her brand. Back to what we were talking about, and she's been cautioned if you do what they did. But the reality is that is what we want to see. We want to see that honesty. We want to see you have the real people who enjoy you. We want to see you have these moments. You think that Nick Kyrgios was like, "Oh, I broke my racket. I don't want anybody to see."
He used to fool
Novak
out.
We watched Novak break his racket. He did all the men do it all the time, but women are so worried about being judged. In fact, when she had that when her and Sabalenka got into it, and Sabalenka was like, "No, I didn't lose. I mean, Coco didn't beat me. I just had a bad day." And then they had to do a TikTok to show they got along. And they're like, "See, guys, it's all good. We like each other. We're friends." And I'm like, why would you do that? Why can't you just be an athlete who has emotions and who has a temper tantrum sometimes, understandably, because you care so much about what you do and you're disappointed in yourself? Why can't you just do all of that? And that's why I'm like, are tennis players, more specifically Black female tennis players, are they okay? It's okay for you to feel a way. Naomi Osaka, she goes to the line. All she did was say, "Come on." And she's literally encouraging herself. Come on.
Yeah, I've seen Serena also do that.
All
before.
of them do that.
Yeah, I've seen them do that.
Men do it all the time. Idimo, right? It's Serbian for let's go.
I was like, what does that mean?
Like, you hear them do it
with a little undercover Serbian. Okay. Flex
Not
on
only is she
UCLA.
pretty, she's smart.
She's very and apparently
It's a beauty.
multilingual.
And multi.
Yes.
¿Cómo estás? Bien, ¿y tú?
Okay.
Bien.
All right. Flex on them international.
I don't even like to,
I know.
but I must.
But sometimes you got to remind them.
I'm going to pop this collar.
You going to pop that?
Or
Okay.
a bra.
I agree with everything you said. And I guess I can say this now as the benefit of being a seasoned lady. Okay. Is that when you're younger, you care more about what people think of you, what
100%.
they say. And especially in their position. I don't envy it.
She's
Yeah.
21 years old.
She's 21 years old. I'm not going to sit here and criticize her for apologizing.
And I'm not doing that either. I want to make sure we're clear.
Yes. Yeah, I know
what
you
I'm
weren't.
saying is that she should be allowed to have
Correct.
growing pains.
I hope she gives herself that permission.
Yeah, like,
More
but she
than anything.
hasn't because they read that this generation is so into social media and what people are saying. Coco, you are allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to lose your mind. You're allowed to break your racket in private, and they should not be putting that out. That video was private video.
Well, that's where I kind of disagree.
Okay, so you and I can disagree on that, but
Okay.
I'm like, if she went to go find a place and have a moment in private.
Let me ask you this, because I want to make sure that I have a fully enlightened perspective. Why do you think we shouldn't see those moments?
Because that particular moment for her, she went out of her way.
Because she went to seek the privacy.
Correct.
Okay, and they should have respected that.
Yeah, because she could have did it on the court. She could have did it when she lost. She could have did it somewhere else. So she was like, let me just walk around. I don't want to take it out on my team. Let me find another place. Okay, where can I do it? It's okay. I get it. I want to freak out. I want to seem more composed. She's built a brand on being a little more composed, a little more mature. She rarely speaks out. There was one time at a slam, she spoke out about her opponent taking too much time during the serves. And she was like, look, she was like, come on. Like, she's talking at the U.S. Open. She's like, come on, it's like 5 minutes in between each serve. Like, stop it. You wouldn't allow me to do it. I need you to find her or call, whatever. She, in that moment, to me, I was like, oh, she's finding her footing because she was right in what she was complaining about. And she was right in pointing that out. And she was right asking the chair umpire to fix that situation. And men do it all the time. Men have no problem. We overthink everything as women when we're athletes. And once we get in that space, it really affects your performance. And so I'm saying to her and Naomi Osaka, Naomi, you hyping yourself up and Soriana Cristea, if I'm pronouncing the name incorrectly, my bad. But like, you had the nerve to be mad. It's like, you're going to allow that? You're going to allow that? Oh, girl, sit down.
Yeah.
She's not even, that didn't distract you. You're losing. And sometimes that's also a mental calculation on their part. She was losing and she wanted to get in her head. That's what she wanted to do. She had an attitude.
So because you know this world so well, am I just imagining this, but there always seems to be tension between foreign athletes, and I'm going to be very specific, between foreign white athletes and the American Black athletes. Am I imagining this, or is that
interesting?
It seems that way.
Well,
sometimes it comes off that way.
Well, first of all, the women really I dislike each other. The women really
Okay.
dislike. I don't want to say hate.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of competition in the women. Regardless. I think
Okay.
the women just truly dislike each other. I do believe there are some that have really good friendships. Like I think Jessica Pegula and Madison Keys have a really great friendship. Two American tennis players on the come up, and they've grown up together. But there are just some players you just don't like, and I do believe there is some tension, but I do know there are places where you can criticize them and places where you can't. And so I know when they come to the U.S. Open, foreign tennis players sometimes hate playing the slams because they hate how they are treated. And so they know not to go too far. And when they do go too far, you hear about it. And they are treated poorly, and it's a thing, and it's a lot of pushback. It's like America's the big bully, and they don't want to be bullied. But there is tension. Yeah, some of these players hate the treatment that Coco may get because she's a doll. You know what I mean? There's favoritism in a lot of ways, but I honestly believe even if there was tennis is a privileged sport, and tennis is also exclusive, and it can be racist. It's just a fact of the matter.
Yeah.
And so there is almost a license when you're in certain areas of the world playing to be disrespectful to players.
It sounds like you're saying that she would have never maybe...
If she was winning, she would have never done that. She was having a temper tantrum,
Right.
is what it looked like to me. That's my professional analysis.
Right.
And for her to be mad that you talking about Naomi Osaka?
Yeah,
Okay.
I am.
For Naomi Osaka to say, come on, to pump herself up, I don't know any athlete that doesn't have to talk to themselves to get them in the right position. It's a single sport. It's you're out there by yourself. You are alone. You need to remind yourself. You don't have your team coaching you loudly enough. They can sit and do some. They can't. They're literally out there by themselves. You can look up in your section and see what they're saying, but there's only so much coaching you can get and so much coaching by rules that they can do. You got to figure this out. So come on, I'm talking to myself. Get back where you used to be. Be the killer you used to be, Naomi. Be the killer that used to be the highest paid woman in tennis at one point as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
She's interesting to. Well, one, she already, in one of the matches, she wore that traditional Japanese outfit.
I loved it.
Which I loved. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was...
Loved it.
It was, to me, just visually stunning.
Yeah.
And she was on...
Well, it was also really... It was a defining moment. Like she's finding her, as we all know, she had to deal with a lot of, you guys, by way of background. You remember when she said she didn't want to do any more press conferences and they fined her a significant amount of money because she was tired of doing press conferences because her mind and her mental, she wanted to take care of her mental.
I feel like, I don't know, again, I'm a very casual observer at tennis. I don't want to come off like I'm some kind of expert, but it feels like to me, her spirit hasn't been the same since she got booed at the U.S. Open.
It hasn't.
After beating Serena.
Well, she's very emotional. She wears her feelings on her sleeves. I think that she let a lot of things in. I also think that when she got pregnant, people gave her a hard time for being pregnant so young at the height of her career. But here's what's so interesting about her. And I'm going to tell you, every time she falls, she gets right back up in a very powerful way. She was booed, and she sat there and she cried. And she was like, I know they want to see you, so come on, come on. Remember with Coco?
Yeah,
and she brought Coco up when she beat Coco, and she said they came for you, and I know they really like you, so if you want to come and just, like, she was so very giving to her. But when during the height of George Floyd, every day she wore a something that
very outspoken
represented that she was speaking out for Black Lives That Matter.
Yeah.
And that to me is bold. She's always made very intentional, bold statements, whether it be her fashion, whether it be activism. She's always made these bold, intentional statements. So it's in her to be that dog, to be that killer. But there's always this back and forth, and that's just a process of growing up in front of the media.
Negotiating with herself. It's like both of them are constantly negotiating with themselves. And
both,
I'm like,
that's what you're seeing.
Yeah.
It's but by the way, when you were 21 and you had $20 million in the bank, weren't you negotiating with yourself?
I mean, I had more like $22,000 a year salary.
Yeah.
And I was like...
I still negotiate with myself.
Yeah. I mean, we all do. But I think as you get more experienced in life, and especially if you see the same people that you're trying to... I won't use the word impress, but the same people that you're trying to get to like you or to get to see your perspective or see your side or even see your humanity are... never going to see you that way. So it's like, why bother? You're wasting a lot of time.
But you're telling
and
that's
a lot of
something.
injury.
By the way, that's something that is learned. Like you can't tell me that. I relate so wholeheartedly to negotiating with, am I being too nice? Am I being too mean? I negotiate with exactly with what they are dealing with at 21 years old in the world watching them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think what she's doing right now, I think the worst advice that they could ever have given is not to be Serena off the court or on the court.
You want to be Serena.
And by the way, Serena couldn't help herself. If she could be something else, she would have.
Probably would have.
She negotiated with herself too.
She did.
I remember her one time tweeting, "I wish I wasn't so much drama. I can't help it." You know
Am
what I mean?
the drama?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. But
yes.
it's okay to be the drama
yes.
sometimes. And listen, we don't just see this in tennis. We see this across women's sports in general. We see so many female athletes. Like, I contend one of the biggest reasons people don't like Angel Reese, those people who don't like her, is because she is unapologetic about, and I mean this in a very respectful way, she's unapologetic about sometimes being an asshole.
And that's why people
don't
like
her. It's like
By the way, she's negotiating with herself too.
She is, and you could tell it came out her final press conference at LSU where she cried and she's explaining
I'm
to people,
tired of being bullied. I'm still a kid.
She's like, I'm tired of this. These people coming at me.
Kids. So the match that I was talking about was 2019, third round match, world number one then at the time, Naomi Osaka defeated 15-year-old rising star Coco Gauff 6-3, 6-love, 0, bagel. Beat her down, and she and Coco cried like a baby, and she brought her to the match. She's like, they came here to see you, have your moment. And Naomi was so kind to her.
Yeah, that's very
and she
gracious.
was like, I've been where you've been. I understand. But this is what we love about Naomi. She's so empathetic, but it's that same empathy that also questions whether or not she can be aggressive and be a dog and be a killer without people coming at her. And maybe, in fact, she did have a bad day because she retired soon after she said, come on. Maybe she was injured. But in my mind, I'm like, stop apologizing. Stop apologizing for who you are. Stop apologizing for learning to be a dog. Stop apologizing for being an athlete that has true athletic emotions. Stop apologizing for breaking your racket. Like, stop apologizing.
Yeah.
Period.
Break
End of
all
story.
the rackets.
Break all the rackets.
You got to pay for it. Like,
and then when it's all said and done, like, my bad.
Yeah.
Had a bad day.
Yes, exactly.
Bad day.
Yeah. And
this does not define who I am as a person. I just had a bad day.
And own it. And
as the men do.
As the men constantly do. But
because they're selfish.
We're always having this discussion about how women's competitiveness is viewed by the larger public. The public needs to grow up in a lot of ways and realize that these women, they just as cutthroat and ruthless and fearless as the men they watch. These are traits that are praised in male athletes. The number one complaint you hear about when it relates to the NBA is the players are too friendly. They all get along. They all so nice. Blah, 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 blah. They all friendship and banana boat. The moment we have clearly a rivalry in terms of dislike for one another in Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, then it's like, why aren't they getting along? They're jealous. They're this and that. It's like, apply the same standard is all I'm saying. Is like, if you like it over there, why don't you like it over here?
Oh, my bad.
See, look at you. Cari Eloise Champion.
That's not my middle name. So don't be looking up and trying to put a credit card in your name. Don't be trying to ruin my credit. I'm over 800.
Champion.
I'm over 800. I don't need none of y'all in here looking for the last four of my social and my mama's last name. Go on.
Cari Melanie Champion.
Jemele will always call me a middle name.
No, I wasn't the one who started that. Remember, Ian, my husband, started that.
And people, when you do that, people will be like, I didn't know Rochelle was your middle name. I was like, it's not.
Because I just make up
she's just making up a random ass middle name.
Yeah, I know. Cari Quintrella Champion.
Quintrella is my middle name. No, you're right. You are so right. And I think, but unfortunately, we just have to learn over time. And I think when people give anybody, I will say this to any tennis player, whether you are young, black, a young tennis player, if you look at what Serena did, that's who she was. You know, we talked about this. Sometimes your anger outweighs the fear. Her anger always outweighed her fear, and she couldn't help it.
We've been talking about these important sporting events.
Serena, come back. Serena, come back.
And Serena,
please
come back, because we will have even more to talk about.
And I don't want you to kiss my ass. I like you.
Well, so. I knew that wasn't directed at me.
I was just saying in general.
Oh, just right. Yeah. That's for the rest of the world. Okay, not
Don't
for
Detroit
moi.
me.
No,
Don't
not for
Detroit
moi.
me. Don't Detroit me with your
Oh,
shoulders.
because I bumped my shoulders up a
You was
little
ready
bit.
to do a little something.
You know, that's just how we roll. Like West Side, Detroit all day. Let's talk about the Super Bowl.
Oh, we're
right?
going.
We are going. We will be in the Bay Area. Yay, area.
Yeah. No.
No.
Yeah. How do the kids say it? Yeah.
You are from the West Coast, ma'am. You should know this.
That is Ice Cube. Yeah. Okay, I got it.
Yay.
Yeah.
I hate this. How do I know how to say this? And
You
don't?
didn't say it right.
I did say
What
it
up, though?
right. Okay, you said that right.
Okay,
There you go.
I
All
got it.
right.
Okay.
But yes, we will be at the Super Bowl. Excited that we will be there. We will be recording episodes of Flagrant and Funny. We have some very amazing shows lined up.
So pull up if you see us.
Or not. Because I don't know if they can get in.
We're just talking about like if anyone who is listening to the show who is on Radio Row, maybe a credentialed.
Yes, correct. A credentialed person.
Pull up.
Please pull up.
Credentialed.
If you're not credentialed and they don't let you in, don't be dropping my name or Cari's
You
at the
talking
door.
about she said maybe because.
We don't need none of that. But,
Okay.
But I'm excited to be in the atmosphere. I've been to many Super Bowls.
So many.
But it's been a long time since I've been there. Vegas was the last one.
That's the one I went to as well. Yeah. So it's been a
the
year.
49ers were in it. My team. So,
but they're not now. And
see, that's the
one of
hater
the
in you.
things,
And neither are the Rams.
neither are the Rams, by the way.
Los
Both of
Angeles.
of Los Angeles. Both of our teams are not there. I will say this, if I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not as excited about the teams that are playing.
Really? Why not?
I just feel like we are just rotating teams. I'm looking for some new, fresh blood. Like we switched out the Chiefs to get the Pats.
Seattle hasn't been there in a little while.
I remember when we covered that one when
yeah.
Katy Perry was performing. Remember, she was a halftime show.
Remember her being at
in Arizona.
Yeah.
In Arizona.
Yeah.
Not that I care, but that's a privileged thing to say. But it would be nice to have some fresh blood, or maybe the Rams again, maybe the Detroit Lions. Like I'm not even a Lions fan. It would have been nice.
Yeah, a lot of people. Obviously, my husband being from Detroit and a Lions fan was very much rooting for that this year and last year. But I don't mind the Patriots being there. I know a lot of people really.
Why not?
I don't mind it because I love that you have new blood in the sense you have a young quarterback, Drake May. He's still learning, still figuring out the position. I'm impressed with the fact that after having such an extensive run of dominance, then being down, no Belichick, no Brady.
Sure.
They're back again. And to me, it's just further proof how much organizational structure and competence
you said that
matter.
about Sam Darnold. You were like, look at him now.
Look at him now.
And
flourishing.
how with a capital F, he is flourishing.
He is flourishing.
Side note.
So as an individual story, it feels good to see these two particular quarterbacks there.
Fine. Let's do. We got to go in and we got to find our storylines because we have our storylines and our characters that make us care. I do want to add.
And by
I
the
read
way,
today,
you're not the only person saying that about not being that interested.
I don't need anybody else to validate what I feel.
Okay.
But because I don't care.
Get me together.
Get you together.
Get me together. Okay.
I'm old.
You were saying. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I heard Bill Belichick broke up with old girl.
I know you lying.
I saw that on the internets and I was like, yo, is this true?
What?
It would make perfect sense that if they did not put him on that first ballot, he's blaming every person, everything
so you think
around
this might
him.
Be
why
in
not?
response to
Why
I
not?
ain't in the Hall of Fame, you got to go now.
Well, yeah. I would break up with her because now he's looking at himself like
that can't be the line, Cari.
Sure.
She has done so much has happened inside of their relationship,
which has made him look ridiculous.
I know.
He was revered before. He was revered before. He
Right.
was considered no nonsense. He was someone that
and then they just realized he's another old dude out here who wanted to date
who's
20-something years.
Who's a perv? That's what they were calling him, not me. That's what they were like. This man is dating this little girl, and she's bossing him around.
I know.
And she's marching around the football field in white boots and get-ups.
Listen, Tom Brady could talk to Bill Belichick the way old girl was talking to him.
Yo, old girl can't even literally rent a car. She's not old enough to rent a car. You have to tell me.
She can rent one, but she just has to have a co-signer.
Okay, you know what?
But it's the same thing.
See yourself out.
I know. I got a bad attitude. I need to go home for the day.
See yourself out. That's no hero. It's like, come on, we can't take you seriously on the sideline. You got this woman who's your PR person.
You know, that's CBS
who doesn't have enough life experience to tell people anything, and she's bossing you around. It can't be that good.
Yeah.
So that's what we hear on the internet. That's according to the webs.
Oh my gosh.
That's what so Bill Belichick, and I don't know if it's true,
his
but
kids are very happy because the reports were that his children
of course
stood in opposition because they not listen. They not stupid. They also thinking about inheritance. And one thing that is...
Oh, she probably was spending all his money.
She was running them pockets. And on top of that, like, if it gets serious enough where they get married, guess who get all the money? The wife.
Well, look, I want to see if this is true.
Oh, even if it's not true, I just love the fact that we just jump right into the mess
of it all.
Of it all. Like, I'm here for the mess.
Look, they're saying that the 24-year-old former cheerleader and pageant contestant, I don't want to disrespect her, she does have some credentials. Nothing wrong with being a pageant contestant.
It is not anything wrong with that. And he was at them pageants.
I dated a guy who told me one time, he was talking about his ex-girlfriend, how dope she was. And, we love, women are competitive, our egos are big. And he was trying to tell me how dope she was. And I was like, so tell me again. He was like, she just did pageants on the weekend. I said, okay.
Wait, pageants on the weekend? Is that... He
was trying to tell me how, like, amazing she was and how he had been dating a lot of amazing women. And he was explaining to me about this ex. And he was like, she did pageants. I said, are you saying that out loud? Am I supposed to feel a way? I'm sorry. She did pageants on the weekend?
On the weekend? That was, wow.
I'm so judging myself for even liking him. That's when I knew it was over.
That's when you...
The bitch did pageants on the weekend and you're trying to tell me her resume is it anywhere near what I do? I was like, sir.
Or was that a way of him trying to tell you?
I'm fine. I don't care.
That's
pretty.
what I'm saying. That was the way he was trying to say, like, I done dated some fine women before. That was his way of trying to do that. Because obviously people who do pageants.
That was my sign to get the hell out. Because he was saying it with his chest, his full chest. And I was...
I don't know, Cari. You
Here she goes. She's trying to casually diss my choices in men.
No.
Here she comes.
What I was going to say is, like, you always keep one loaded in the chamber.
Oh, yeah.
So I can only imagine what you said back to him.
Oh, my God. I broke it all. I crushed his spirit.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Did you throw his keys in the ocean?
I was like, no, I didn't. I said... I was like, if we're going to play this game, you're going to commit suicide if I tell you who I've dated. Ooh. You know what I mean? Because you couldn't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth.
That great philosopher, Latasha Brown, our girl, Black Voters Matter.
You will never recover. If I tell you the truth, you will never recover.
You will never recover.
So I pretended as if it wasn't a thing. I was like, bet. Go be with the girl who does pageants on the weekend.
On the weekends. Not even full time.
Not even full time.
She's just like Friday, Saturday.
She's not good enough to even do it for real. She can't even be in the Miss America pageant. Is Trigger running around here on the weekends?
On the weekends.
Don't be mad at me, pageant ladies. My point being, it's not that I disrespect pageants. My point being is like, come on out here. She a part-time pageant lady?
Part-time pageant lady.
Don't...
I think we need to make that a staple of every episode of Flagrant and Funny, Cari.
I had one quick question when he said it to me.
Yeah.
When he said she does pageants on the weekend, then what do you say to that? Does anybody have a drop?
Why?
If they say
why?
Thank you, my G.
Why? Did you look her up?
Yeah, she was average. Mid.
So not only was she a part-time pageanter, she was a mid-part-time pageanter.
Mid. If you like that kind of thing. Why?
Okay.
And that answers so many. Why am I here? Why am I dating you? Why are you talking about a pageant?
Why are you talking about the pageant?
Why are you talking about a mid-level, not even a mid-level, mid-looking pageant part-time lady?
Yeah.
Do I have enough adjectives to describe her?
I think you did.
I sound like a full hater.
No, that's okay.
Thank you.
You could be one. I support you in your hater rate.
Last but not least, Bad Bunny.
We didn't get to the Bad Bunny of it all. Yes, Bad Bunny performing.
You think, okay.
I think it's going to be fun.
I was going to say, what do you think about his performance? You think it's going to be great?
I think it's going to be great. And more importantly, what I have been looking forward to ever since he was announced as a performer is the fact that I hope he does he has a lot of songs in Spanish anyway. Do every word in Spanish. Speaking only Spanish.
Solamente en español para mí.
I want him to piss off so many people.
Solamente en español para mí.
Because apparently there's that alternate broadcast that of, I don't know, Klan rally. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but like it's supposed to be the performers who are in opposition.
And then they got the rock band in. Talk to me because I don't know much about the rock band. What is it? Green Day? Yeah.
Oh, Green Day.
And I hear they are. They're opening.
Oh, really?
They in themselves are revolutionaries.
They are.
Right?
Yes.
So,
oh, Lord. I think that's a good word to describe them.
Yeah.
Especially in this form, I don't often look forward to being on X. I am going to live on
I
X
hate X.
when this happens.
Oh God, sorry, I don't hate X.
Only
but-
because the meltdowns are going to be epic.
Here's the thing. I think Bad Bunny's going to have a great performance. I'm a little bummed because the spirit of the Super Bowl won't be as festive. At least I don't think so, because we know Ice will be there.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting.
And what kind of petty shit is that? It's like they know Bad Bunny is performing. They know he has a huge, Latino fan base. And
are we going to be able, because as you're saying this, I'm thinking clearly they're going to arrest you. Are we going to be able to do the show from the jail?
I have to be the one arrested.
Because you're like, hey, how petty is that? They're
funny.
listening. They're listening.
All right. They can listen.
We got a Jailhouse podcast come the Monday after the Super Bowl.
I'll do it right from the clink. Just put some money on my books.
Why?
If they say
Why?
Do you do me that way?
Because I need some peanut butter crackers,
Why?
some ramen.
Tell them that it's
all the good
human
jailhouse
nature. Why? Keep going.
accoutrement.
Why? It's poetry. Don't make just do a spoken word. Do me that way. Go.
I'm gonna need
Keep
some Cheez-Its.
talking. Why?
Don't need some saltine
Close
crackers.
this show out with a song. Go. Why?
All those
Why?
things.
Hey,
So when
do
I
you do
snatch
me
me
that
up,
way? I say,
I
why?
expect
Why?
nothing but the finest beef ramen.
Clearly, you guys need to come see us at the Super Bowl. We appreciate you listening to Flagrant and Funny. The idea of Jemele singing is completely flagrant. Also funny.
That wasn't me. That was you.
But you started it.
I
Because
know. But I'm clearly not as good as you are. So yes.
Why? Why?